game's about rhythm. When you have good rhythm, it just looks effortless. To hit the ball 300 yards through the air, that easy.
Beautiful rhythmic swing right there and right down Peachtree. Frank, you've been there. What's the best way to approach this next shot at the 7th hole?
There's a lot of mounding on this 7th green, to the right and the left. You can use those mounds to kick the ball to the flag. There's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
This has been a tee to green clinic. Absolutely perfect. Everything coming off the center of the club face and everything in regulation. Who knows? It is a 4-round tournament, setting himself up for a good weekend, maybe a great one. The young star makes his birdie. Frank, this really is a remarkable turn of events, considering that earlier we had pretty much written them off.
Well, we had, and for good reason, too. He was not playing well. It looked like the round was going to continue to go in that direction. But somehow, and believe me, I don't know how, he's just completely turned this round around.
Wow, I thought he made that. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, now at the 9th, this really is one of my favorite par 5s in the entire sport.
And I certainly enjoy watching people play it today, Rich. It used to be unreachable, but the longer hitters now, we're starting to see them go for this par 5 regularly in 2. And the reason why, they start to hit the drive more down the right now than what they used to. People used to try and go down the left side. The right side, it hugs the water, but you get a better view of the second shot. Long and straight.
That's how you do it. Set for his next shot from a good position in the fairway. Frank, golf may be the best sport to follow from this standpoint. You can get closer to the great athlete in golf than you can in any other sport. You could stand 5 feet from Tiger Woods at a tee box as he's getting ready to drive. I mean, that's really unusual in sports.
Yeah, it's a different type of spectator sport, especially if you follow your favorite player all the way around the golf course. Because it's not like waiting for your favorite hitter in a baseball game. You've got to wait several innings. You can literally see him hit every single shot, drive through to putt.
Frank, it hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
You wonder what he's thinking on that.
that? He's holding. Just a phenomenal play right there. Frank, what do you make of the final hole here on the front side, the 583-yard par 5 ninth?
It just depends on how much you want to risk here. If you hit a good drive down the right side, it's certainly gettable for 2, but you can make an absolute mess here at 9.
Looks to be a good setup going into the green here at the 10th. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Get down. Look out.
It's over. The green.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. Let's see if he does it here.
Oh, without a doubt, that will be on the highlight reel later tonight. Excellent shot. Let's go to the 11th now. It's a par 5 and a fun hole, Frank. You can make anything from 3 to 7 here.
And that's why, as the start of the back nine, especially on a Sunday, this becomes... He goes after it like he is here.
Just pulverized that golf ball.
Oh, huge. Huge with a capital H.
Busted that. They'll be happy with that. In the fairway, now a good chance to attack this hole.
Well, with a good shot here, Rich. I tell you, this eagle on the cards, hole very reachable from where he is.
Don't get many opportunities like this. This is a good place to take advantage. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. That is an excellent play right there. The approach, giving him another good look. These putts keep the round together. Just dominated this hole, and he ends up with an eagle. Here now, the 12th hole at the TPC Sawgrass. It's a 358-yard par 4, so short on the card, Frank, but obviously a challenge. What's the key here?
Once again, trying to find that right position on the fairway, and that's down the right side. Anything down the left, that mound is going to block your view.
It's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
That is tasty looking right there from just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a line like that? Seriously, you can hit any club from there.
I mean, that's how the game is played, right there.
He's just making it look so easy. That birdie coming up, formality.
And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Hole number 13 here at Sawgrass. Tricky 181-yard par 3.
You don't have to hit directly at this flag. When that flag's at the back there, you can use the contours. When it's on the left, once again, you can use the ridge in the middle of the green. Matter of fact, one of the hardest hole locations is when it's in the front right, because that's when you have to be perfect.
Good chance at one. Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Doing what needs to be done. You need to make them from that distance. Frank, the 14th hole. A lot has happened here over the years.
I think it's the litmus test on the back nine. That's where things really start to heat up. It looks like a straightforward tee shot, but often the eyes wander to that water down the left side. And of course, if you think about that, you invariably fire the ball towards the right, where those hillocks and thick rough is, and virtually no chance of reaching the par 4 and 2.
right where they were aiming, in the fairway. Frank, halfway home on maybe the toughest par 4 in the golf course.
Yeah, for some reason, for such a big green, it's always hard to get that second shot close. He's safely on deck.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Now to the 15th. And Frank, I know this is a hole that you really like.
Yeah, it gets no respect in my book, which I think is a shame. Just a nice dogleg to the right. And really 2 good shots and a 3 here, which is actually a rarity. It sets you up for those closing 3 holes. Too often people just take 15 lightly. And 15 has just a gentle nibble that turns into a bite.
Now it's right in his wheelhouse, good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. That ball's sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
That is a tremendous shot right there. Touch, nerve, he had it all. And he has the bottom of the barrel. Frank, fans watching, they love excitement in the game. 16's an exciting hole, isn't it?
Well, that's where you get it, because you hear the roars. You start to see the big crowds that go all the way around 16, 17, and 18T. You feel where you are in the tournament, too. A movement that starts at 16 can be carried all the way to the clubhouse. This has exploded off the club face.
What a pivotal moment in the round. What should he do, Frank? Second shot here at 16. Go for it or lay back?
Well, right now you've got to go for it. You've got to consider that bunker on the right. That actually is a safety bunker, because if you bleed it a little bit to the right, that bunker can save you. But you don't have to go directly at the flag on the right. It is a narrow entry on the left side, but there's enough green there should you land there to sort of take that ball all the way around to the flag.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Well, that was a big, bold strike, and now a chance for a big, bold move. Putt for eagle coming up. Well, you could see he's just disgusted with that effort. Sinks the putt for birdie. Frank, a couple different ways to watch golf as a fan. You could follow your favorite player for a number of holes, or you can park yourself in one spot. I think one of the better ones is the hill behind the 17th at TPC Sawgrass.
Yeah, and that's why the reaction of the fans is so different. If you followed that player the whole way around, you've lived and died on every shot he's hit. Meanwhile, if you're stuck at a hole, you want to see some tragedy, you want to see some great shots, and consequently you get that divergence of different type of fan.
Seems to like it. Headed for the back part of the green. It's in! He made an ace, Frank. Can you believe it? Wow. Now one of the more difficult holes in golf. The 18th here at Sawgrass, 462-yard par 4. In 2013, this hole averaged .39 strokes above par. What makes it so challenging, Frank?
Just that big body of water to the left of 18 here that's also shared to the right of 9. Not a single fairway bunker on this 18th hole. So really, lack of definition. It's so hard to find a target here.
He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. That had to really hurt Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
Getting set now over the putt. And he makes it for par. Frank, you surprised to see that name on top of the leaderboard?
I am surprised to see the name, but not that style of golf leading. It was great performance, especially tee to green. You don't often see people start that quickly.